Oh, pardon me while okay, that was a fake sneeze, and I really didn't wipe my nose on my shirt. I'm telling you the truth. But what I'm really telling you about is something that you probably already heard about by now, and it's very, very serious. It's called the swine flu. I mean, the WHO, the World Health Organization, has issued a pandemic alert for the swine flu, and they've raised the alert level, and it's very serious. It's in Mexico. It's been horrible. Thousands are infected and hundreds have died. A pandemic, for those of you who don't know, is when a strain of flu reaches certain proportions. I don't know the exact stats, but where they fear that it will spread and infect millions of people. This is no laughing matter. The last major pandemic was the Hong Kong flu, I believe, in the 60s. There was another Asian strain, I think, in the 50s, and then and they killed millions, by the way. There was one in India, one in Hong Kong, and then the one in 19 teens, 1915, 1916, was the famous Spanish flu that killed tens and millions of people. Now, you think that we've come a long way since then, and we probably have. We probably have better insulins, better, I guess, vaccinations. We have better medications. But we also have, probably since the 1915 flu, the world's probably twice as big. It's probably at least, there's over 6 billion people in the world today. Back then, there was probably only a few billion. And if you put the statistics from the Spanish flu pandemic to today's population, the numbers would be staggering. So what can we do besides worry ourselves to avoid a pandemic flu? To avoid catching swine flu? Well, everyone knows the number one thing to do. Live in a tree, lock the doors, don't go out of the house. Well, you know, actually, that's one of the best things you can do, is avoid contact with as many people. If you have a trip, especially to one of the countries or one of the states, and especially traveling by air, I highly suggest canceling it. Only because I can't think of a better place to catch any airborne disease than an airport. Avoid airports as much as possible, especially during the cold and flu season, but especially during the risk of a pandemic flu, like the swine flu. If you must fly, hey, don't be silly. Wear one of those little masks. Although I've read the pros and cons about them, I don't think they can really protect you as much as we hope they could. But most flus, most viruses, most infections are caused from hands, and then hands that touch other things, especially face, mouth, any opening. So you got to keep your hands clean. And you've heard this a million times. Wash your hands with hot soapy water. One of the things they say is do it at least as long as you can sing the alphabet. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's hot soapy water. If you don't have access to that, use one of those what are they called? 99% germ sanitizer bottles. I keep one in my car at all time. I keep one in my travel bag at all time. But that's just a stopgap until you get to a sink where you can wash your hands. Don't think that that's going to stop everything. It's going to help you. It's going to give you a little more protection. But it kills 99% of the germs. Do you want to take a risk on that other germ, that other 1%? No, not with something that's as deadly as swine flu. So wash your hands all the time. And remember, everything that you touch has the potential of infecting you because it's been touched by someone else. The biggest culprits are in the bathroom after you wash your hands. Don't use the doorknob and don't touch the tap. grab a paper towel, shut the tap off, throw that paper towel away. Grab another paper towel and open the door with it. And if it sounds like I'm being ridiculous, I'm not. That's the only way you can protect yourself. 2, avoid shaking hands. Even do the little fist pump like Howie Mandel does, but I'd avoid as much contact with people that you don't know as possible. When you're shopping, the shopping cart is disgusting. Either wear gloves, have the sanitizer with you, or make sure you wash your hands after you go grocery shopping. Also, don't share telephones, keyboards on your computer, or any, of course, toothbrushes or anything like that. That seems obvious, but don't. The key is, besides avoiding contact, which sometimes is unavoidable, especially if you work in an office, although most offices are issuing alerts saying, do not, if you think that you have the flu, do not come into the office, and they will not hold those days against you. So, but if you have to, don't share a phone. Wash your hands throughout the day. Keep that sanitizer right there. Sanitize your telephone, your cell phone, your mouse, your keyboard all the time. And remember, anything that you touch during the course of the day, doorknobs, shopping carts, anything, especially somebody else's hand, you have to think that that person could be shaking hands with you and trading off the swine flu or any kind of infection, any kind of disease from hand to hand. And it only takes that one little contact before that touches your face, touches your mouth, touches your nose, touches your eyes, and gives you the flu. And heaven forbid, gives you the swine flu. See, that dog doesn't want the swine flu. And not only that, in some cases, gives you a flu that is so strong that it would kill you or another family member. And we do not want that to happen. My heart goes out to all the people who've been sick from this, and especially in Mexico, where there's hundreds of dead. And I'm being as serious as I've ever been on Live Life 365. Be very, very careful. This is the potential to be a catastrophic situation, but we can stop it now through prevention. Let's hope we do. Peace.